again, Guardians, and welcome back to the channel for another Destiny episode. Before we get into it, I'm giving away 1,000 silver for Destiny, or a Destiny emblem away from the Bungie store. All you have to do to enter in for this week's giveaway is be subscribed, show your support by liking the video, and also leave a comment down below in reference to Vault of Glass, and whether or not you've completed it. Now, to get into this video, we're going to be going over ×3 rewards off of 3 Guardian characters inside of my game of Destiny, and what I have received out of the Vault of Glass. Very first thing, as you all know, I have the Atheon Challenge Mode emblem up on my gamer tag name, but that's pretty sweet. But let's get into the inventory. So, Vex Mythoclast is the first thing that stands out, and probably the one reward out of the entire raid that I freaked out about this week. It was on my first run. I ended up getting Vex Mythoclast on my first run, and then I ended up getting it again for a second time on my second run with my Hunter. Now, I've taken one of the Vex Mythoclast and I've already dismantled it, but I did get 2, and it was a pretty exciting event. Now, the first time I received it, I freaked out, and if you guys want to check out that video, I actually have the reaction footage after the Atheon battle when I received it, and I lost my shit. It's pretty funny, and if you guys want to go and watch that video and make fun of me, go ahead and do so. Now, to get into this, I also ended up on my Warlock getting the Fatebringer Adept. I ended up getting the Vision of Confluence Adept and Atheon's Epilogue normal version, which all in itself is pretty exciting as well. Getting the Fatebringer and the Vex in the same exact raid was just incredible, and then also on top of that getting Vision of Confluence and Atheon's Epilogue just so I could use that as well. It was literally the icing on the cake. But then it got even better. So I ended up getting Praetorian's Foil. I also ended up getting the Bond, which in my honest opinion, this version with the ornament looks pretty badass. But then we got that OG version, and then we got this brand new and improved version, which is like a bluish white version of the original Bond, which is also pretty interesting. But not activating that one. I'm going to activate this new one because that one's pretty sweet. It makes me look like a little bit of more of a robot. So now that I'm a robot, we also ended up getting the gauntlets. Now, the Hezen Lord gauntlets, I was really excited to get, just to get another piece of armor. But sadly, I didn't get too many pieces of armor for Vault of Glass on my Warlock, which was really daunting to me because obviously I like my Warlock the most, and with as many pieces of Crota end gear that I've received from last week, I just really wanted to finish off and get the Vault of Glass armor as well. Especially since the Vault of Glass armor, from the very beginning of the game, was one of my most favorite armor pieces, or armor sets. And next to that was then Crota's End. So I had the chance to get all my Crota's End gear and all of my Vault of Glass gear, and it failed on me. I got half of each set, which was saddening. But it's okay. It's okay. We got a lot of stuff still. We also ended up getting the Templar challenge done as well on my Warlock, and we got the Collapse of Space, and the Atheon's challenge is Glass and Time. Now, we did not receive the shader, which was pretty stupid, and we also didn't receive the Ghost Shell. So now we're going to move on to my Hunter and check out that gear. Okay, now that we're on my Hunter, let's check it out. So, very first thing we're going to go over in this one is going to be the armor, because as you all can see, I probably didn't get too much armor. So, here we go. We got the helmet. We also end up getting the cloak. So, the cloak only changes slightly. So, basically from here we have a changed version of the original, and then we also have the new version with the Vault of Glass data info kind of image, the pixel image that's floating on my head, which pretty much looks pretty sweet. Then for the helmet, the ornaments for this makes me have like this robot style helmet thing. It's weird. It doesn't even look Vex like. And then we also have the OG version, except this one is a blue eye. Now, moving on to the rest of the stuff, we also ended up getting the Vision of Confluence Adept on this Guardian. We also got the Praetor's Timepiece Adept on this one. So that pretty much finished off almost the entire set. We still need Atheon's Epilogue Adept, but we'll move into that shortly. We also ended up getting Pray This Revenge, which I really wanted, and Found Verdict, which I really wanted. So we actually have all the special weapons now. Moving on, we ended up also getting Corrective Measure. Now, sadly, again, we didn't get the shader, and we did not get the ghost. So those two are very rare indeed to acquire. So if you get the ghost and the shader, you're doing really good. If you get the Vex on top of that, you're doing extremely good. And then if you get the Fatebringer Adept or the normal Fatebringer, then you're God. Okay, let's move into my Titan, guys. So my Titan got quite a bit of gear as well, but more towards the armor pieces. I actually got 3 pieces of armor. So I ended up getting the chest piece, the legs, and the Titan mark. Alongside this, we'll go over those ornaments right now. So the ornament for the chest piece is going to be the very first one, the giant fan on the top of your back and covering the back of your head. It's not a shield or anything, doesn't add any special value, but it's pretty cool. Then we've also got this version, which looks like that. Now, the normal version doesn't really change very much, but there it is. So, you got this one, we got this one, and we have this one, which obviously this first ornament is probably the best looking one. Next up, we ended up getting Kabir's Forceful Greaves, and this one doesn't really change much. So here's the blade of the normal pair. Now if we turn it right here, you'll actually see the change of the blade for this version here. So it flips it and makes it a little bit bigger. And then we have the ornament set for the robot style, and there it is. Last thing is going to be the Titan Mark. Titan Mark changes quite a bit, so here's the ornament down at the bottom, and this actually makes it look like a Titan Mark that makes it look like the piece that's hanging off of the Warlock from the original Vault of Glass Warlock cloak, which is really interesting. So that Warlock chest piece would have this hanging off of it on the side. Now the Titan can have it. And then we also have this ornament, which looks pretty sick. So it covers my butt and covers the front junk. There you go. And it's glowing blue, which looks pretty sweet. Next up, though, is this. We ended up getting an artifact, and the artifact looks pretty sweet. It's not going to have any special value to it except for Void Catalyst, which is Void Precision kills against a minion of the darkness have a chance to generate an orb, which is nice, but not very important compared to the rest of the artifacts like Yoldur or Radgast, or any of those ones from the Iron Lords. Then we ended up getting Fatebringer Adept on the Titan as well, so that was pretty sweet. Then we also got the final one, Atheon's Epilogue Adept, to finish off our Adept set. Now we didn't get any of the normal primaries on the Titan, so that's fine. We also didn't get any special weapons on the Titan, and that's fine, but we did get Corrective Measure for a second time. We also, again, did not receive the Ghost, and we also did not receive the Shader. The Shader is rare. It doesn't drop very often. The Ghost is a little bit rare, but not as rare as the Shader. So the Shader is basically just the Vault of Glass armor, the way it would look. So if I go to this ornament here, this is what the Shader does. The Shader does a black and blue style. And the blue style on the main armor pieces also looks like Vault of Glass material. And that is basically why everybody wants it. They want to be able to turn all their armor into Vault of Glass material. Now, that's basically it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. This is ×3 rewards on 3 different Guardians out of the Vault of Glass for week number 1 of Age of Triumph Vault of Glass. Light level 390. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave some questions or concerns down in the comment section below, or if you just have a normal comment about what you had received from Vault of Glass, leave that down below as well. And as always, Guardians, perfect time to subscribe to the channel for daily Destiny content, and also Destiny 2 information as it comes up. And as always, stay violent, be privileged.
Oh, hi. VPG isn't here right now, but I guess you enjoyed the content. So over there's a logo you can click on. That will allow you to subscribe. More content up there, and behind the scenes daily content over here on the vlog channel. There you go. Enjoy!